Most people think the world's power lies in capitals and cities. They're wrong.
This frozen island is larger than Western Europe, and almost no one lives here.
But beneath the ice lies control over trade routes, missiles, minerals, and climate itself.
So the real question isn't why Greenland matters, it's who controls it. Greenland's rocks are over 3 billion years old, making this landmass older than most continents humans fight over today. During the last ice age, 115,000 years ago, Greenland became buried under ice up to 3 kilometers thick. Greenland looks small on maps, but in reality, it's the largest island on Earth, bigger than Western Europe. The first humans arrived around 2500 BCE, crossing frozen routes from North America into Greenland's Arctic edge. The Dorset people mysteriously vanished by 1300 CE, leaving no written records, only unanswered questions. In 982 CE, Viking explorer Eric the Red named it Greenland, not for truth, but for persuasion. By 1000 CE, Norse settlers built churches, farms, and trade routes, until climate turned against them. The Little Ice Age, starting around 1300, froze supply lines and erased Norse Greenland forever. Unlike the Norse, Inuit societies adapted, mastering ice, animals, and extreme Arctic survival. Isolation, ice, and distance turned Greenland into a natural fortress, untouched but never unnoticed. Today, Greenland has just 56,000 people, yet controls territory larger than most nations. Over 88% of Greenland's population is Inuit, shaping identity, politics, and resistance to foreign control. Denmark formally colonized Greenland in 1721, ruling it for centuries from thousands of kilometers away. In 1979, Greenland gained home rule, and in 2009, expanded self-government. Greenland sits directly between North America and Europe, controlling Arctic air and sea corridors. During the Cold War, the US built Thule Air Base in 1951 to track Soviet missiles. The shortest path for nuclear missiles between superpowers still passes over Greenland. Melting ice is opening new Arctic shipping lanes, cutting weeks off global trade. Modern power isn't just military. Data cables and satellites now make Greenland digitally strategic. With geography this powerful, Greenland is no longer remote, it's unavoidable. Greenland holds enough ice to raise global sea levels by over 7 meters if fully melted. Since 1992, Greenland has lost more than 4 trillion tons of ice, confirmed by NASA satellites. Jakobshavn Glacier alone once produced 10% of all Greenland ice loss, accelerating after 2000. These rivers didn't exist a century ago, they're proof the ice is structurally weakening. What melts here doesn't stay here, it reshapes coastlines from Miami to Bangladesh. Thawing permafrost releases methane, a greenhouse gas far stronger than CO2. The UN warns climate change could displace hundreds of millions. Greenland is part of that chain reaction. The Arctic warms 4 times faster than the global average. This is called Arctic amplification. Some models predict nearly ice-free Arctic summers as early as the 2030s. As ice disappears, access appears, and world powers are moving fast. Greenland holds some of the largest untapped rare earth reserves outside China. Rare earths power smartphones, EVs, missiles, and satellites. Modern civilization depends on them. China controls over 60% of global rare earth processing, alarming Western governments. Greenland represents a strategic escape route from Chinese dependence. Greenland also holds uranium, sparking fierce political debate over nuclear risks. The vote on lifting the uranium ban is now open.
Greenland lifted its uranium mining ban to attract foreign investment. Geological surveys suggest billions of barrels of oil and gas offshore Greenland. Every project forces a choice: economic survival or environmental preservation. Denmark still provides over $500 million annually to Greenland's economy.
Resources could mean financial independence and full political separation.
Greenland forms NATO's northern shield, guarding the shortest routes between rival nuclear powers. Built in 1951, Thule, now Patuxent Space Base, anchors U.S. missile warning systems. These radars detect intercontinental ballistic missiles minutes after launch. Greenland also tracks satellites and space debris, protecting U.S. and allied assets. During the Cold War, the U.S. secretly built Camp Century, a nuclear-powered base beneath the ice. Project Iceworm aimed to hide nuclear missiles under Greenland.
abandoned in the 1960s. Russia has reopened Soviet-era Arctic bases, expanding military reach near Greenland. China calls itself a near-Arctic state, investing heavily in polar research and access. Control of Greenland means control of trans-Arctic airspace, civilian and military. As long as missiles exist, Greenland remains a front line.
Many Greenlanders see independence as inevitable, but economic reality still stands in the way.
Denmark controls defense and foreign policy, creating constant political friction. In 2019, US President Donald Trump openly proposed buying Greenland. The idea was rejected, but it exposed Greenland's true strategic value. After 2019, the US reopened its consulate and increased direct engagement. Greenland blocked Chinese-funded airports after security warnings from the US.
The EU views Greenland as critical to energy security and supply chains. We, the Inuit, must control our lands and
Yes, without they are vulnerable.
we cannot let superpowers take what is ours.
By 2026, Greenland sits at the center of climate, military, and economic pressure. The question isn't if Greenland matters, it's who controls its future. The Arctic Council shapes polar policy, yet security tensions quietly surround every meeting. Russia's Northern Fleet, based near the Arctic, is its most powerful naval force. Nuclear submarines patrol beneath the ice, invisible and dangerously close. NATO now trains for cold weather warfare, with Greenland as a strategic anchor. The US Arctic Strategy of 2022 named the region vital to national security. China's Polar Silk Road aims to reshape global trade through Arctic access. Greenland claims neutrality, but geography refuses to cooperate. Space surveillance from Greenland monitors missiles, ships, and satellites. Modern warfare includes signals and cyber intelligence, not just weapons. No shots fired, but power is shifting under the ice. Faster melting means faster access and faster geopolitical escalation. By mid-century, Arctic routes could rival the Suez Canal. Rare earths and minerals could transform Greenland's economy, if managed carefully. One mistake could permanently damage fragile Arctic ecosystems. An independence vote would redraw Arctic politics overnight. Independence could invite more bases, not fewer. Greenland's melt disrupts ocean currents that regulate global climate. What happens in Greenland doesn't stay in Greenland. The Arctic may become the new Cold War frontier. The decisions made this decade will shape centuries. If Greenland loses enough ice, it stops being a frozen shield and becomes open territory. A navigable Arctic rewrites global trade routes permanently. History shows what follows access, a resource rush. An independent Greenland would instantly become one of the most courted nations on Earth. Investment, aid, and security promises would pour in. Conditions. Too much interest can destabilize even the strongest governments. If Greenland crosses a tipping point, the effects become irreversible. Greenland's future isn't just local, it's global. The people least responsible for this crisis may pay the highest price. Greenland matters because it sits at the crossroads of climate, power, and the future of the planet. Thank you for spending your time here. Understanding history helps us understand the world we're shaping today. Watch more videos on this channel and subscribe. Thank you.
Subscribe to Time of Old Chronicles for more mysteries.